Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field. This is St. Mary's taking on Greater Lawrence. It's Division 7 North semifinals. The winner of this moves on to the final, looking to be the Division North champion. The loser wraps it up and gets ready for whatever they go and do, whether it's basketball, hockey, indoor track, or going to get a job. St. Mary's will kick it off. They're all in blue. Greater Lawrence in the white with black pants. They hit a line drive all the way back, and he fell down at the 5-yard line. So they're going to pin him deep right off the bat. He caught it, slipped, and fell at the 5-yard line. That's where.
Down, that's the 5-yard line where the Reggies will start first and 10.
So they're pinned deep right off the bat. St. Mary's gets a break. They let the ground ball go all the way through. And the last guy there, I think was Ronaldo Arias, had it. And as he reached to pick it up, he caught it, slipped, and fell. And the ball is at the 5-yard line. They send 2 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. They go to the spread. Bouncing it to the far side, turn the corner, getting a first down.
Number 22, David White around the right end.
David White with the carry.
By number 3, Calvin Johnson.
He picked up a first down.
Number 6, Marlon Scott. Play good for a Reggie's first down. It will be first and 10. Ball at the Reggie's 23.
At the 23, picked up 18 and a first down. They try to run it again off the right side. They're going to make about 3, maybe more, second and third effort. Ball popped loose. St. Mary's picked it up. Flags all over the place.
Again, it's David White on the carry. Here's tackled by number 28, Josh Mateo. Fumbled the ball, picked up by Mateo.
White.
Multiple flags on the play.
Second, third effort. I don't know if they blew the play dead. They threw 2 flags on the play. It's going to be against St. Mary's for a block. St. Mary's going to get the football.
After the fumble recovery.
So they picked up 7 yards on the play. Here's the replay. Still battling, still staying on his feet, banging forward, and right there, it just popped loose. Mateo just grabbed it. And they move it back to the 40-yard line.
In the fumble recovery by number 28, Josh Mateo. It will be first and 10 spot. Ball at the Reggie's 40.
We're at the 40-yard line of Greater Lawrence. Greater Lawrence is saying they have it.
St. Mary jumped on their own fumble.
Johnson got it back. Back to the 43.
Loss of 3 on the play. It will be second and 13 for the spot. It's ball at the Reggie's 43.
Second and 13. So St. Mary's almost gave it back. Brumfield trying to run that right side, got a couple.
Number 9, James Brumfield.
Third and long for the Spartans. Johnson over the sideline, getting the play from Matt Durgan.
Gain of 2 on the play will be third and 11. Ball at the Reggie.
3rd and 11
41.
from the 41. Mary's 8-0, Greater Lawrence 5-3. Catholic Central League against the Commonwealth Conference. Motion, Johnson with the keep. Turns the corner down the sideline. He's just about at, and now they throw the flag. They threw the flag about 10 yards out of bounds. I think they hit him. It's gonna. They were close to first down yardage anyway. He got to the 30. He made 11 and a first down. And now they're gonna.
And the quarterback number 3, Calvin
more.
Johnson, around the right end for the spot. It's flag for a late hit.
They hit him way out of bounds. The referee threw the flag. He's got a good arm. Well, back-to-back first downs, one on the run and one on the penalty.
It will be first and 10, St. Mary's ball at the Greater Lawrence 50.
They hit Johnson. The official threw the flag about 10 yards out of bounds. From the double wing. Pitch to Brumfield, trying to run straight ahead. It's inside the 10. Going to put him at the 7.
Again, number 9, James Brumfield up the middle.
He picked up 8. 2nd down and 2.
Vargas on the stop. Gainer in on the play. Will be 2nd down and 2.
Brumfield again. He's got the first down. Let's see where they put the football.
Heavy dose of Brumfield for the spot.
Put it at the 5. So 1st and goal from the 5. St. Mary's trying to take advantage of that fumble recovery by Josh Mateo.
Devin Rodriguez on the stop.
Johnson with the keep. Blockers out in front. Turns the corner. They're going to say he stepped out. He stepped out 6 inches from the goal line.
The quarterback, Calvin Johnson, around the right end.
Replay.
Pushed out of bounds.
Blockers out in front.
Over the goal line. It will be
Right
2nd
along
goal
there.
for the spot.
And right there is foot.
Ball to Reggie.
End line. Good job by our camera crew. We have to call it the 1. So it's 2nd down and less than a yard. Let's see if they give it to Freeman, the fullback. It's Johnson with the quarterback sneak in for the touchdown. So they take advantage of the fumble recovery and the big 15-yard penalty against
Calvin Johnson takes it that 1 yard up the middle for a spot.
Greater Lawrence.
Touchdown. 1 yard touchdown carry for number 3, Calvin Johnson.
40 yards in 7 plays. So they go 25 yards actually because they got helped out by the 15-yard penalty. Everybody got a head start. That's going to be St. Mary's. The left side of the St. Mary's line was way out in front before the ball was snapped. So now the try for points will come from the 8. Stay in that tight double wing. They give it to Scott. Blockers out in front, turns the corner, he walks in.
At number 6, Mahan Scott takes it 8 yards around the left end for the 2-point conversion. The score with 7:05 to go in the first quarter is now the spot. 8, Reggie 0.
And I
Fans
thought
at
it was
concession stand located underneath the St.
Bobby
Mary's
Reynolds
side of the field is open.
out in front. So St. Mary's jumps on top 8-0, taking advantage of the fumble recovery. Actually, it was more a takeaway than a fumble recovery. Freeman again will kick it off. Very nice night for the football game. We thought maybe it wouldn't be.
22, David White back at his
Game
desk.
starting at 5:30 because of the second game, English and Billerica.
George Freeman, the cook.
It bounces off. They pick it up at the 15-yard line. And they drag down at about the 23. And that was David White. The game starting at 5:30. At right about 4:30, the rain started to come. Started slow, picked up a little bit.
It was fielded by number 22, David
After
White
about
at his 15.
5 or 10 minutes,
taken up to the
stop,
Reggie's 23.
gone, no more
Stopped
rain.
by number 15, Connor Donahue.
At the 23 is where the Reggies will start.
23.
Again, double wideouts to the far side, one to the near side. Running to the right side. Getting across
David White
the
on the
30
carry.
to about the 31.
Brought down by number 6, Marlon Scott. Gain of 8 on the play. It will be 2nd and 2 for the Reggies. Ball at
Second
their
and
own
3.
31.
Actually, they put the stake at the 24. Oh, is that the 23? Well, the ball's at the 31. So he picked up 8. They need 2. Trying to come to the near side. They wrap him up and throw him down. Good job by Brumfeld. They wrapped up
Well, Mezzador on
Ada
the carry.
Mizetta.
It was stopped for a loss by number 9, James Brumfield.
Mizador. No, I'm not getting that one right. They put it back at the 26. He lost 5.
Loss of 5 on the tackle by Brumfield.
3rd and 7 for the Reggies.
It will be 3rd and 7 for the Reggies. Ball at their own 26.
Yep, almost picked. They were looking for Stephen Palenko. So the Griffins will have to, the Reggies, excuse me. I always get Greater Lowell and Greater Lawrence confused. They'll have to kick it away. We're halfway through the first period. St. Mary's took advantage of Josh Mateo's takeaway fumble recovery to send Pacheco back deep. And St. Mary's could get pretty good field position without a run back. It takes a bit of a St. Mary's bounce. And they're going to get good field position at about the 47-yard line. St. Mary's the number 1 seed. Greater Lawrence the number 5 seed. Greater Lawrence looking for their second upset in the playoffs. They knocked off Georgetown, who was the number 4 seed last week. St. Mary's beat Manchester Essex 44-0. Greater Lawrence beat Georgetown 49-21. So both teams putting up points.
One was down at
Greater
St.
Lawrence
Mary's 47.
on the road
Swans will start
for the
first
second
and
time
10.
in the playoffs. Trying to go 2-0. Away from home. They give it to the fullback Freeman. Runs straight ahead inside the 40-yard line. He doesn't get a lot of carries. He does a lot of blocking. He's a main part of this offense.
St. Mary's Mary's carry, number
15
31,
yards and a
George
first
Freeman.
down for Freeman.
Playing good for a spot. It's first down. It's brought down by number 13, Stephen Polanco. It will be first and 10, ball at the Reggie's 38.
Scott off the left side, cuts it back to the middle. He's got a first down inside the 25. Back-to-back first downs.
Marlon Scott on the carry. Brought down by number 12, Jose Fernandez. And number 82.
They put it to 24. He picked up 14.
Play good for a spot. It's first down. It will be first and 10. Ball at the Greater Lawrence 24.
15-yard run by Freeman. 14-yard by Scott. Let's see what Brumfield can do. He gets stacked up. He might have got a yard.
James Brumfield on the carry. Number 54, Malik Straner on the stop.
2nd and 9 for the Spartans. St. Mary's is trying to make it 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns.
8-1, it will be
Johnson
second
brings the
and
play
9.
back to the huddle.
Ball at the Greater Lawrence 23.
Under 4 minutes left in this first period. They stay in that tight double wing. Misdirection with Scott. Finds the seam. He's got a first down. That 3-headed monster. You got to worry about Brumfield, Scott, Johnson.
Number 6,
So now
Marlon
they'll
Scott on the carry.
throw Freeman at you. We'll call it the 14 and give him
Brought
9.
down by number 23, Ronaldo Arias. Play good for a St. Mary's first down.
3 first downs in 4 plays.
It will be first and 10, ball at the Greater Lawrence 13.
You give it to Freeman. Bang straight ahead inside the 10. They give him the 8 for a pickup of 6.
Number 31, George Freeman up the middle. Brought down by number 22, David
2nd
White.
and just about 4.
Gain of 5 on the play. It will be second and 5. Ball at the Reggie's 9.
Johnson with the keep, turn the corner. All kinds of blockers out in front. He walks in easily.
And the quarterback, number 3, Calvin Johnson, takes it those 9 yards around the right end for a spot and touchdown. Calvin Johnson, 9-yard touchdown carry.
Here's the replay. Look at, they're looking for somebody to block. Freeman gets a big block. Johnson walks in easily. $53 yards in 6 plays. They go for 2. Brumfield looking to get in. He doesn't get in. Try to stretch it. Didn't quite get there. So for the 3rd time in the period, George Freeman is going to exercise that right foot as he'll get the kick off again. St. Mary's 2 for 2. Possessions and touchdowns. And they're quickly out to a good-sized lead. The winner of this will take on the winner of Brighton and Latin Academy. They're playing a little later tonight. This being a 5:30 start, they're starting at 6:30. The line drive it caught at the 33-yard line. And the Reggies are going to get pretty good field position. Johnny Croteau with the return. It hit him right in the midsection. And he gets it out to the 46-yard line, their best field position by far.
Kick was fielded by number 32, Donnie Croto.
Add up their first two
Taking on to the
possessions, they
Greater
don't come
Lawrence,
anywhere near the 46.
We're moving first and 10, Reggie.
They've gone from their 5 to the 23 and now to the 46. The double wideouts now come to the near side. Flag coming into play, that's coming back. Big hit by Brumfield. Mesidor couldn't get around the corner.
Tackled by James Brumfield.
Checking with Matt Durgan because he didn't get anything on the play.
Flag is a hold on Greater Lawrence.
So it should be back at the 36. They give Mesidor a yard on the play. And they mark it back 10 to the 37. So they need 19. The double wideouts go to the far side. Looking to throw, lets it fly long and overthrows the intended receiver. He was looking for Croto. Johnson had the coverage.
Mock Travis pass intended for number 32, Donnie Croto. Incomplete.
So it'll be second and 19 from the 37. Looking to throw again. Incomplete. And he took a hit and a half. Again, it was a little bit high.
Travis pass intended for number 12, Jose Fernandez.
Third and 19. There was a penalty against Greater Lawrence. I didn't see the flag, but it was waved off. Just under 2 minutes left in the period. And they were taking a long time on the sideline. Rather than pick up another penalty, they're going to take a timeout. So St. Mary's leading at 14-0. St. Mary's last year, perfect, right through the first 7 games, going into the playoffs, right through all year, right until the Super Bowl. And they came up short in the Super Bowl. Now they come back this year, and they go right through the first 7 games to be the number 1 seed, going 7-0. They win their first game easily. Now they're looking to stay alive, and they'd like to avenge that Super Bowl loss that they had last year. Get back there and give it another shot. So up to this point, the only game they've lost last year and this year is the Super Bowl game. And wouldn't a lot of teams love to be able to say that? Again, 3rd and 19. Now they send 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 running back. They set up the screen and they played it very well. I believe Reynolds was the first man to hit him.
Travis pass completed to number 22, David White.
They got to the
He was off
40-yard
number
line.
79,
They only
Kyle
picked up
Burns.
3. And they'll have to kick it away. Now,
Timeout, Greater Lawrence.
Lawrence has to take a timeout. Didn't have enough players on the field. Chico again back deep, awaiting the punt. He almost blocked it. Pacheco on the run at the 38-yard line. Just gave Matt Durgan a couple of gray hairs. That punt did not cover the first down yardage that Greater Lawrence needed with the return. St. Mary's gets pretty good field position.
Kick was fielded by number 24, Lee Pacheco at his 36. Taken up to the 46, where he was stopped by number 22, David White.
They would have just
First and
about
10
made the first
spots.
down. Where the ball is, they needed the 46-yard line. In fact, they come up a couple of yards shy. Coming to the near side, turn the corner, and getting just about to midfield is Brumfield.
Number 9, James Brumfield on the carry. Stopped by number 10, Mark Travis, along with number 23, Ronaldo Arias.
They picked up 4 as we're winding down the first period.
Second and 6, ball at midfield.
Second and 6 from midfield. They give it to Freeman straight ahead. He picks up a first down. And that's going to do it for the period.
George Freeman up the middle for the spot.
He didn't give him a good spot. They gave him the 45. They only gave him 5 yards, so it's going to be 3rd and a yard.
Stopped by number 54, Malik Estrada. Timeout, Greater Lawrence.
He said timeout Greater Lawrence, actually timeout St. Mary's, he pointed to. I thought the period was over. The clock says zeros. They haven't moved the ball, so I guess we have another play, at least. So as we come back, 3rd and a yard for the Spartans. They give it to Scott off the left side. Gets clear. One man to beat. He's going to stay on his feet and get in the end zone for a touchdown.
And number 6, Marlon Scott takes it 50 yards around the left end for a Spartans touchdown. 50-yard touchdown run
Here's
for
the
number
replay.
6, Marlon
Freeman,
Scott.
big block there by Freeman. Scott does the rest. They look like they had him. He just pushes away and straightens that arm out, puts the ball across the end line, and Shamiri's got their third touchdown with no time left on the clock. That puts him over 100 yards rushing for the period. St. Mary's, that is. Johnson looking. Caught in the end zone by who else? Scott.
The two-point conversion pass, Calvin Johnson, good to number
54
6.
yards in 4 plays. So St. Mary's in the first period.
Score at the end of the first quarter is
In
St. Mary's
17
22,
plays.
Greater Lawrence 0.
They put 22 points on the board. And we're going to start the second period. And Greater Lawrence has a very big hole to dig themselves out of. Johnson running in the first one. Johnson running in the second one. Scott running here. It was virtually, people were looking for people to block. Bouncing around at the 21-yard line. Gets clear. And great return by David White. Down to the St. Mary's 33.
It was fielded by number 22, David White, at his 21-yard line. Returned all the way to the spot, 38. He was stopped by number 28, Josh Mateo. And number 15, Connor Donahue. First and 10, Reggie's.
A 46-yard return. They run off that left side, and backing up is Mesidor for a couple of extra yards.
Number 4, Mesidor on the carry. Brought down by number
We'll call it the 35.
And number 4, Nino Echeverria.
Actually, it was a 38 that he returned it to. So give him 3. 2nd and 7. Low snap. They just did hand it off to David White. He did the rest, picking up good yardage.
Number 22, David White on the carry.
Did they have a penalty against St. Mary's? He got to the 30 for 5. The way the Reggies were cheering, I thought they were going to mark off some yardage. 3rd and 2, obviously in 4-down territory here. They're looking to the sideline. Head coach Tony Sarkis. They try to run straight ahead. I don't know if they gave him the first down or not. He needs the 28. They gave him the 29 for a yard.
Stopped by number 55.
Big play for the Reggies. 4th down and a yard.
79, Kyle Bernardini.
Dropping back, looking to throw. They let it fly deep. It got picked by Pacheco. If he knocked it down, they would have got better field position, but there's a flag back upfield. I think St. Mary's jumped. I think St. Mary's was offside, and they were.
Flag is an offsides on St. Mary's, resulting in a first down for the Reggies.
That's their second first down. Their first was on the first play of the game.
After the penalty spotted, it will be 1st and 10 for the Reggies. to St. Mary's 24.
At the 24, 1st and 10. I was kind of surprised that they threw the ball there. They only needed a yard. Now they're looking over the middle. High pass over the head of the intended receiver. And again, Donnie Croteau, they almost got him killed. He was
Travis pass
wide
intended for
open
number
for the
82,
shot.
Luis Torres, incomplete.
2nd and 10 from the 24. And run off the left side, backing his way for a couple of yards, is Mesidor. Gonna put it at the 21. He picked up
Mesidor up the
3.
middle for the Reggies. Brought down by number
It'll
9.
be 3rd and 7. Using up some time off the clock here in this second period. They can't afford not to put points on the board.
It will be 3rd and 7, ball at the St. Mary's 21.
Looking to throw over the middle. Incomplete. They had 2 guys in the same spot. And he threw it right between the 2 of them, so it's going to bring up 4th down.
For number 22, David White, incomplete. It will be 4th down for Greater Lawrence.
4th and 7 from the 21. They had that long run by David White to get them good field, but are they going to try a field goal? From the 26-yard line, a 36-yard attempt. Actually, at the 27, not even close. 37-yard field goal. I'm not sure how much that would help them. Down 22 to
The
nothing.
attempt is no good. St. Mary's takes over on downs. It will be 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Ball at their own 21.
Well, St. Mary's will take over at their 21-yard line. Seeing that tight double wing. Johnson looking to throw. Now he's going to take off and run with it. And he runs out of bounds. They're going to put it at the 35. $14 yards and a 1st down. Stops the clock going out of bounds.
Calvin
Right
Johnson
there.
on the carry.
Durgan giving the play along with Jeff Newhall, the AD.
Stepped out of bounds at the 35 for a 14-yard gain in a spot. 1st down will be 1st and 10. Ball at no 35.
Coming to the near side, cutting it up inside, and getting across midfield into Greater Lawrence territory. And that's Scott again. He's having a pretty good first half.
Number 6, Marlon Scott on the carry.
16 yards and a 1st down.
Scott by number 54, Pastrana. Number 56, Martin.
Scott's had 1 run
Played good for
under
St.
double
Mary's.
digits,
1st
and that
down.
run
Will
was
be
9
1st and
yards.
10. Ball at the Greater Lawrence 49.
From the 49. They give it to Brumfield. Off that right side, slips a tackle, breaks another tackle. And almost ran away. He's a terrific trackman. He's outstanding.
Number 9,
Running
James
track.
Brumfield on the game.
He just got loose and almost ran away. He picks up 40 yards on the carry.
Number 13, Stephen Polanco.
3 straight 1st downs are taking it from their 21 to the Greater Lawrence 9. There's
40-yard run.
Play, and
Number
he
9,
almost
James
ran away.
Brumfield.
Didn't have an angle on him.
First and goal spot. Ball at the Reggie's 9.
Steven Palenko just was able to knock him down at the 9-yard line. 40 yards on the play. All of a sudden, it's first and goal. A minute ago, it was at the 21-yard line. They give it to Freeman, banging ahead. Gets to the 5, maybe the 4. They're going to put it at the 5, give him 4 yards. That ends the streak of 3 straight first downs. They're trying to polish off a 79-yard drive.
George Freeman on the carry.
They got 74 of them.
Ball
They
taken
need
4
5
yards. It
more.
will be second and goal. Ball at the
Second and goal from the 5. And we're going to get a timeout. Full timeout
Timeout.
by Greater Lawrence. Well, Greater Lawrence looked like they might be maybe getting back in the game. A 41-yard return by David White. Got it close. Got it into St. Mary's territory at the 38. The penalty against St. Mary's put it at the 24. But an incomplete pass, a run for 3, an incomplete pass, and a field goal that just barely made it into the end zone, wide left, and they turned the ball over. Greater Lawrence using most of their timeouts in this first half. And St. Mary's takes over at the 21. Johnson runs for 19. Scott runs for 16. Brumfield runs for 40. And then Freeman picks up 4. So everybody getting a crack in the backfield, taking a carry. And now it's going to be second and goal at the 5. Let's see whose turn it is now to carry it. They give it to Brumfield. He gets wrapped up after a very short gain. They were trying to take the ball away. Malib Pastrana wrapped him up. They give him a yard to the 4.
Pastrana on the stop.
Third and goal from the 4.
Play will be third and goal. Ball just inside the Reggie's 5.
See if Johnson keeps. They give it to Brumfield. He walks in off the right side.
And number 9, James Brumfield takes it those 5 yards up the middle for a St. Mary's touchdown.
So they polish off that 79-yard drive. 6 plays. And all of a sudden it's 28-0. And I think the rain is coming back. It's starting to rain a little bit. It's starting to rain quite a bit. You look up in the lights and you see the spray blowing around. So they'll go for 2. Here's the replay for the touchdown. Easily walking in. Johnson over the middle, but Patrick Henry and Johnson have combined for a lot this year. And for the second playoff game in a row, St. Mary's put up 30 points. .211 yards rushing for St. Mary's. And we still have 6:19 left to play in the first half. And once again, Freeman will exercise that right foot. Popped up at the 30-yard line. They pick it up, and they're going to be shy of the 40-yard line. And that's Croteau getting it to the 39. So with the exception of their first drive when they slipped and fell at the 5-yard line, they've had decent field position. They just haven't been able to do anything with it. Trying to turn the corner, slipping a tackle, and nice run, David White. Getting across the 45 to the 46. He picked up 7.
Number 22, David White on the carry.
When they snap the ball, we'll be just about halfway through the second period.
Gain of 7. It will be 2nd and 3. Ball at the Reggie's 46.
Coming to the near side, wrapping him up, grabbing his shirt, and just throwing him down. Brendan McCarthy wouldn't let go.
Once again, David White on the carry. He's tackled for a loss by number 76, DJ DeCenso.
They lost 5 on the play.
Greater Lawrence.
Greater Lawrence takes another timeout. Just past the halfway mark. If they've got any timeouts left, it can't be more than 1. You only have Lawrence only has 54 yards of offense. They had a big fumble. It was actually more of a takeaway, a steal by Josh Mateo than a fumble. Set up the first touchdown. They got the fumble plus a 15-yard penalty a couple of plays later. On the board, and they've just been adding to it ever since. Third and 8 from the 41. Looking to throw. Picked off at the 45-yard line. Just reaching up and picking it. Ini Falehi just reached up and said, I got it.
Intercepted by number 22, Eddie Malaki.
Here's the interception right at the 45-yard line.
Where it will be 1st and 10 spot.
Down to the 21. $24 yards on the return. St. Mary's is 1 yard away from the red zone. Looking to, if they haven't already, really put this one away. And as quick as that rain came, it's slowed down quite a bit. Might have gone away, hopefully. They run straight ahead. Freeman gets a little help from his friends as they get behind him and push him forward. To the 13, he picked up 8.
George Freeman up the middle.
2nd and 2.
Pastrana on the stop. Gain will be 2nd and 2. Ball at the
And we
14.
got a timeout. One of the linemen is limping a little bit. Al Bernardini comes up. Looks like he's all right now. He was limping a little bit, favoring that right foot. He's a big part of that offensive line. Let's make sure that he's okay. Johnson will bring the play back to the huddle. Wideouts right and left in that double wing. The pitch, they pitched it to Freeman, coming to the near side. We got a flag coming in. He got to the 10. Let's see what the flag is about. We got a St. Mary's player down. There was a very sudden stop at the 10-yard line, a pileup. I don't know who it's against. He got the first down, picking up 3. Now, who are they going to mark it against? The flag is laying right at the feet of the St. Mary's player, but that doesn't mean anything. It's going to be against St. Mary's. They're going to mark it back to the 20-yard line. Now it should have been 1st and 10 at the 10, which would make it 1st and 20. So instead they make it 2nd down again, and they put it back at the 20-yard line. So give Freeman 3 on the play and then move it back. It's going to be 2nd and 9. It should have been 1st and goal from the 20 because he made the first down at the 10 and they marked it off from the 10.
After the penalty for a hold, it will be 2nd and 9 for the spot. Ball at the Reggie's 20.
So St. Mary's got double hit with that one. The player knocked down. Johnson trying to turn the corner. Stutter steps. Gets pushed out of bounds at about the 15. So he picked up 5. It's going to be 3rd and 4.
Calvin Johnson around the right end. Pushed out of bounds by number 82, Luis Torres.
With 3.5 minutes left in the first half. A big first half again by St. Mary's. They've been piling up points.
5, it will be 3rd and 4. Ball at the 15.
Marion Scott staying on his feet, gets pushed forward. It's going to be 1st and goal. He got
number 6, Marlon Scott up the
to
middle.
the 6. He picked up 9 more. Turned Josh Mateo's steal fumble recovery into a touchdown. They're trying to turn
first down. It will be 1st and goal.
Falahe's
ball at the Reggie 6
into a touchdown. Straight ahead, Freeman just knocked them down. Giovanni Cavino just got a piece of him. They put the ball at the 2.
Number 31, George Freeman up the middle. Giovanni Cavino on the stop. 2nd and goal, ball at the 4.
The ball goes loose. Greater Lawrence comes up with it. It's loose again. And they'll finally pick it up at the 15-yard line. It went out of bounds. Freeman got stuffed. They knocked it loose. Greater Lawrence almost came up with it. Here's the replay. There's the ball loose. Johnson with the hit. Loose again. Johnson had it, bobbled it. It goes out at the 14-yard line. The officials are talking about it. I don't know what the discussion is. Freeman, they tried to send Freeman up the middle, and there was nothing there. He got hit, they stripped it, and the ball, nobody could pick the ball up. Tony Sarkis, the coach, Greater Lawrence, wants to know what's going on. They're giving it to Greater Lawrence. I don't think anybody ever had possession. Now they're trying to explain it to Matt Durgan. I don't know how they turn around and give that to Greater Lawrence. They never had possession of the football. Here's the play. Wobbled it. He didn't have it.
Possession is Greater Lawrence.
Away.
Greater Lawrence ball.
They knock it out at the 14-yard line.
Ball at their own.
I don't know how they give it to Greater Lawrence, but they do. St. Mary's loses 12 on the play. Nice run by Davis. White, excuse me. Out to the 25. He picked up 11 in a first down. Only their third first down, and one came by penalty. They're trying to beat the clock here. They give it to White again. He's piled up, bangs forward for a couple of extra yards. St. Mary's gets the ball to start the second half.
Once again, it's David White up
They
the
gave
middle
him
for the
3
Red
yards.
Team.
I don't think Greater Lawrence can stop the clock. They used their timeouts, I thought. Now I guess they got one more. So they just took a 30-second timeout.
Greater Lawrence.
Time went off the clock. 1:14 left. Second and 7, down the distance really mean nothing. And they're going to be even worse now. Echeverria came in and buried the quarterback. All the way back to the 21, they lost 7. So it's going to be 3rd and 14.
Sacked for a loss by number 4, Nino Echeverria.
Here's the replay. Echeverria just burying him in the backfield. They must have had 12 timeouts because they just took another one. Unless St. Mary's took this one. Try and preserve the clock. Mark Travers, the quarterback, he's only a sophomore. 4 wideouts, 3 to the near side. Lets it fly long and deep. Scott, like a center fielder, picked it off at the St. Mary's 48-yard line. And he's got it back inside the 25. Like a center fielder sitting back catching a fly ball. Just waiting for it. Picked it off at the 48-yard line.
Around the 23 of Greater Lawrence, where it will be first and 10, St. Mary's. Interception for number 6, Marlon Scott. Fans, we have a winner in tonight's 50-50 raffle. Get out your tickets. The winning number is number 3939320. Repeat, 3939320.
30-yard return by Scott. St. Mary's got a shot. Under a minute left. They've got timeouts. Johnson looking to throw. Lobs it up. Patrick Henry made the catch. I think they're going to call Patrick Henry for pushing off. The official was standing right on the play. Didn't call it. The deep official in center field is going to call Patrick Henry for pushing off. It's going to be offensive interference.
Flag is on St. Mary's.
And I think it's a good call, but it's just strange that the official right on the call, or right on the play, didn't call it. It's a 15-yard penalty.
After the penalty assessed, it will be first and 25. Ball
Again, why don't see either side? Johnson again dropping back, looking. Lets it fly, and that's way too far, way out of bounds. He was looking for Brumfield coming out of the backfield. 41 ticks left till
Johnson's
halftime.
pass intended for number 9, James Brumfield, incomplete. Donnie Croto on coverage.
Wideouts again, right and left. Patrick Henry to the near side. Johnson dropping back, has time, looking. Over the middle. Caught, and they're going to walk in for a touchdown. The defender didn't turn around. Scott made the catch, and they go in for the touchdown.
And Calvin Johnson hooks up with number 6, Marlon Scott, for a 37-yard spot touchdown. Calvin Johnson and number 6, Marlon Scott, for 37.
22 yards in 2 plays. They actually go 37 yards with the 15-yard penalty. Johnson to Scott, who's having a huge first half. They go for 2. They lob it up. Caught in the back of the end zone by Falehi.
Two-point conversion pass. Number 22, Falahi, is good.
Over 260 yards for St. Mary's. They score with 32 ticks left in the first half, and they're just rolling away. 38-0. And once again, Freeman will exercise that right foot. You're going to see a lot of new faces in the second half. That actually bounced off a Greater Lawrence lineman up front. Picking it up was Luis Torres. And I think, unless they throw a very quick pass, this could be the last play of the half. Of course, the clock was not accurate. At the end of the first period, there was an extra play or two when the clock said 0. They give it to White, turns the corner, gets to the 39.
Number 22, David White on the carry.
Picked up 4.
Number 28, Josh Mateo on the stop.
Now they put it at the 40-yard line. They give him 5.
It will be 2nd and 5 for the Reggies, ball at their own 40-yard line.
And this will be the last play. And they didn't get the play off. That's going to do it. So this time the clock was right on the nose. So St. Mary's, almost every time, the one time they got stopped, they had it 2nd and goal from the 6. They got stopped, but then the interception by Scott brought them right back, and they scored, and they put up a big 38 points, and they were half away for the second year in a row going to the Division North Final, and they're well on their way. St. Mary's 38, Greater Lawrence nothing at halftime. We're just about set. They're actually a little bit early. The clock hasn't run down. Everybody came back a little bit early. I guess they're in a hurry to get out of here. 265 yards of offense for St. Mary's in the first half. Everybody got involved. Johnson ran for 40, Brumfield for 62. Freeman had his biggest game of the year, 45. And Scott ran for 93. Of course, he also caught a 37-yard pass. So he's well over 100 yards of offense. The one completion they have for 37 yards. So Scott has 130 yards. They're still trying to run the clock down. All they have to do is just change the clock to 11 minutes. So they're waiting till they run all this time off the clock. And it might have been that the clock operator wasn't back yet because he thought he still had some time. Now they put it at 11 minutes, which is what they would have done if he came back a little later, because he thought they were going to go for the full time during halftime. Both teams came back early. Franklin Morales will kick it off. Kind of pooch it. So they're going to have him kick it again, I guess. I thought they might take it with the ball and out. Now they will take it with the ball and out, and they'll add 5 yards, and that'll put the ball at the 49. So St. Mary's has it. At the 49-yard line. Not going very far with that one. They lost the snap. DJ DeCenzo wound up with the football. From midfield, 2nd and 9. This will be the one series you see the starting unit, and they'll be gone. Flag on the play. It looked like Greater Lawrence jumped. They knocked the ball loose. St. Mary's trying to get the ball back again. illegal procedure against St. Mary's.
False start on the start.
Oh, they had problems back to back with
After the
snap.
penalties assessed, it will be second and
And this
14 ball at the
second
spot.
half should go
Score
very
5.
quickly because I think what the officials are going to do is just run the clock. They're not going to stop the clock very often. Wide open coming to the near side. Scott almost got away.
Mistakes, Marlin. Scott on the carry.
Ronaldo Arias saved the touchdown.
Ronaldo Arias on the stop.
They put it at the 42. 13 yards on the play.
Third and 1 for the spot. It's ball to Richie's 42.
That put Scott over 100 yards. Third and a yard. Pitch. Brumfield gets loose. Almost slipped the tackle. And once again, it was Arias saving a touchdown.
Number 9, James Brumfield on the carry.
He picked up 16.
Ronaldo Arias on the stop. Play good for a spot. First down. It will be first and 10. Ball at the Greater Lawrence 26.
At the 26, first and 10. $143 yards of offense for Scott, counting that 37-yard touchdown catch. Freeman straight ahead, inside the 20. Give him the 18 for a pickup of 8. He's having his best day. He's over 50 yards. Second and 2. Scott pushes forward and gets a little help from his friends pushing forward. He gets to the 10. 8 more. Another first down. It'll be first and goal from the 10.
Echeverria on the carry. Ronaldo Arias on the stop. Doing good for a spot. It's first down. It will be first and goal. Ball at the Reggie's 10.
Echeverria is now the fullback. Gets to the 1. He was the one that ran the ball for 8 yards. It wasn't Freeman. It was
Up the middle. Stops
one
over the
negative
goal.
here tonight is that play that they had to help Pacheco off the field. It was his wrist. He's going to be looked at. And St. Mary's is hoping and praying that he's going to be all right. He's a big
Will be
part
second and goal. Ball at the
of this
Reggie's
offense
2.
and defense. Johnson dives ahead for the touchdown.
And the quarterback, Calvin Johnson, takes it those 2 yards up the middle for a spot touchdown. 2-yard touchdown carry. Number 3, Calvin Johnson.
They matched the 44 they put up against Manchester Essex. They'll look for 2 here. They give it to Echeverria. In for the conversion. So they've scored 90 in their two
Nino Echevarria on
playoff
the carry.
games.
2-point conversion run.
They go over 300 yards of offense. "17 first downs." Just over 6 minutes left in this third period as they boot it along the ground. Picked up at the 23-yard line. Coming to the near side, another nice return. They lost the football. St. Mary's thought they had it, but the official said no. Another nice return by David White. And now they put the ball at the 47. St. Mary's did get it. Here's the replay. Here's the hit by Echevarria. There's the ball going loose. And that's Fillet falling on it. And St. Mary's gets the football. Derek O'Leary will be the quarterback. They run straight ahead. And that's Connor Donahue. And he picks up the first down. To the 36, he picked up 11.
Donahue on the carry. Stopped by number 2, Malik De Jesus. Play good for a spot. It's first down. It will be first and 10.
Bonzum trying to make it
Ball at the
a
Ridge,
trifecta here.
36.
Girls soccer 1 on the road. Boys soccer 1 here at Manning Field. Mateo pitching another shutout. And almost breaking it again was Donahue. As he gets it down
Donahue on the carry.
to the 29, he picked up 7. And I've got one of the coaches of the boys team with me. And Joe Gill, it's always a few butterflies because the second season starts, but nice to get out of the way and get a big shutout. Everybody played well.
Absolutely. We came into today.
It will be second and 3 ball at the Reggie's 29.
The regular season doesn't matter.
Timeout, Greater Lawrence.
Kind of with a 0-0 record. So we have to, take each game as a one-game season. So it's nice to come out and get a real nice team win today.
Well, you look at that, and I look at Mateo saying the school record for shutouts. I looked today at the penalty kick, and I said, what a tough way for him not to get his 12th. Is it 12 or it would have been 13?
So today was his 12th.
Yeah, and so I'm looking and saying, what a tough way not to get his 12th shutout on a penalty kick when the game was virtually over. What a tremendous save he made on the penalty kick. It looked like he went to his right, guessed wrong, but got his foot back and kicked it out. It's nice when everything goes well.
Absolutely. And Richie actually prides himself. If he could face a penalty kick a game, he would. That's something he enjoys. It's something he practices. And like you said, though, he did get the wrong way, but he was able to make that kick save. Preserve his 12th shutout, which ties the score record for the whole season, including the playoffs. So nobody's ever gotten more than 12 in a season.
Well, now, isn't there some way that your coaches could fix that so he could get a penalty kick, at least one or more every game?
Listen, the coaches have enough gray here. We don't need any additional penalty kicks.
Congratulations, Joe Gill, and keep it going. Sunday night now here at 6 o'clock against Burke, probably?
Yes. Burke,
All right.
they won. Yep.
All right. That was Nebo, Mark Nebo with the carry, getting it back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. Oh, Greater Lawrence just turning it over.
14, Mark Debo on the carry.
We got Falehi with an interception. We got Falehi with a fumble recovery. Not bad. And he caught a 2-point conversion as well from Johnson. They cut it up inside, and they get the first down. And that's Donahue.
Spots carry number 15, Connor Donahue. Stop by number 52, Giovanni Camino.
So Scott winds up with 114 yards. Brumfield with 78. Johnson with 41.
Ball at the Rich, 25.
Freeman with 45. They nail Neboy after a couple of yards. We'll call it the 23 and give him 2. Eric O'Leary brings the play out. Young sophomore. Donahue's a junior. Nebo's a junior. Donahue cuts it up inside again, gets inside the 20. Here, they're going to put it down at the 20. They can get inside the 20. They put it at the 20 for 3 yards. Scott winds up with 151 yards of offense with that 37-yard touchdown pass, along with 114 rushing. Johnson 3 touchdowns, Scott 2, Brumfield 1. Donahue again trying to cut it up inside. Not going to get much. Going to give him a yard to the 19.
Connor Donahue on the carry. For 56, Vargas on the stop. It will be 4th and 4. Ball at the Rich's 19.
Fourth and 4. Donahue trying to turn the corner, slips a tackle, stays in his feet. I don't think he made it. He needed the 15. They're going to only give him the 17. Looked like he was a lot closer than that.
Again, Connor Donahue
Gave
on
him
the carry
2.
for the spot. Stop by number 23, Ronaldo Arias. Moreno Lawrence will take over on downs.
They'll run one play. And this will be the only play that Greater Lawrence runs in this third period. And Mary's has eaten the entire period up. Knocked down, and with Donahue with the tackle on White.
Number 22, David White on the carry. Stop by number
Nothing
12,
on the
Derek
play.
O'Leary.
still only have 3 first downs, one of them by penalty. St. Mary's going to go to 9-0. They'll be the first team. English coming up, playing Billerica here at Manning Field right after this game, tonight being a doubleheader. They'll try to go 8-0, 9-0. And tomorrow night, Lynn Tech will look to go 9-0. Oscar's playing tonight at Arlington in a non-playoff berth. They're 6-2. And a lot of great high school football in the city of Lynn this year. Really a buzz around high school football. Well, 11 minutes of football left. St. Mary's going to move on for the second straight year. They'll be in the North Division Final. Big hole opening up. They run through it. And that's Mesidor running for a first down. They give him the 30. 13 yards and a first down.
For Mesidor on the carry.
They're going to get about 5 again. As Mesidor again.
Once again, it's Mesidor on the carry.
St. Lawrence wound up with 0 offense in the third period. They ran 1 play for no yardage. St. Mary's ate it up.
Leahy on the stop. 2nd and 5, ball at the 35.
Turn the corner, pick up another first down, and a lot more. And that's Jose Caceres. To the 45, he picked up 10.
5, Jose Caceres on the carry.
So Greater Lawrence is now just, all they're trying to do is get on the board. You know, the game is over. They're just trying to avoid the shutout. Matt Durgan is trying to make sure everybody gets in the ball game. To the near side and getting upended by Derek O'Leary is Mesidor.
Mesidor on the carry.
Out, we'll call it the 49 and give him 4.
Stop by number 12, Derek O'Leary. It will be 2nd and 6, ball at the 49.
Started to the far side, cut it back to the middle, gets into St. Mary's territory. That's Caceres.
5, Jose Caceres on the carry.
We'll call it the 48 and give him 3. That'll be 3rd down and a short 3.
Stop by number 15, Connor Donahue. It will be 3rd and 2. Jose Caceres around the right end for Reggie's first down. Stop by number 20, Brennan Laundry.
They get to the 36 for a pickup of 12 and a first down.
1st and 10, ball at the spot. It's 36.
Oh, it's Greater Lawrence running out the 4th period. Off the right side, cutting it back to the near side. And that's Caceres again.
Once again, Jose Caceres on the carry.
To the 27.
By Derek O'Leary.
Up 9. Second down and a yard.
9, it will be 2nd and 1.
Lawrence is finally going over 100 yards with this drive. They only had 65 yards of offense through 3 periods. Didn't have the ball much, certainly not in the 3rd period. Off the right side.
Malik De Jesus on the carry.
Malik De Jesus gets a
Brought down by
carry.
number 44, Mark Tobin.
Gets to the 22 for 5 yards and a first down. Greater Lawrence going through a few backups here. The quarterback is only a sophomore. Mark Travers. Pile them up as they get to the 20-yard line. That's De Jesus again.
Malik De Jesus on the carry. Malachi City on the stop.
They run straight ahead. They pile them up. Pushing back, pushing forward. Everybody getting involved. It was Mesidor.
Before Mesidor on the carry.
Got to the 18 for a pickup of 2. Well, it's going to be 3rd down and 6. Running to the near side, and it's going to bring up a 4th and short. That's Caceres.
Jose Caceres on the carry for the Reggies.
Gets to the 14 for a pickup
By
of
number
4.
48, Josh Mateo.
4th and 2.
Number 66, Matt Tansey. It will be 4th and 2.
I don't think they made it. Caceres with the carry. They didn't make it. St. Mary's going to take over.
Caceres stopped short of the first down by number 7, Aaron Burris. St. Mary's takes over on down.
Needed the 12. They got to the 13. They only picked up a yard. They needed 2. Three first downs through 3 periods, 1 by penalty. They picked up 4 first downs on that drive, and they used up an awful lot of clock, and the clock is still running. They're not going to stop the clock for anything in this one. Pitch to Donahue. And they push him forward to the 20.
Connor Donahue on the carry.
He's going to pick up 7. And in for a short time, he's picked up 35 yards.
Stop by number 48, Alex Cortez. Gain of 7 on the carry. It will be 2nd and 3 ball at the St. Mary's 20.
Just about to the 21. Anthony Bella with the carry.
32, Anthony Bello on the carry.
It's going to be third and a couple. Be under 3 minutes when they snap the ball. Already with the pitch, he's got a first down and a lot more. He picked up 5.
Once again, Donahue on the carry.
He's probably going to be able to run the clock out. One more first down, they'll run the clock out. Greater Lawrence has run 12 plays in the second half, all in the fourth period. They ran one play for no yards in the third period. Pitch coming to the near side. And that's Nebo. Getting to the 32, he picked up 6.
Nebo on the carry.
Second and 4. Pitch to Doherty. Close to first down yardage. Give him the 36. He needed 4, they got 4. And it'll be under a minute. All St. Mary's has to do is take a knee. So Doherty runs for 41 yards. Freeman runs for 45. Johnson runs for 41. Brumfield for 78. Scott ran for 114, and he caught a pass for 37. He had 151 yards of offense. Johnson scores 3. Scott gets 2. Brumfield gets 1. Scott had 2 PATs. Johnson passed for a couple of PATs, 1 to Henry, 1 to Falehi. Falehi had an interception and a fumble recovery. And they're not going to run another play. This one's going to be history. St. Mary's 40 yards in 7 plays. Johnson from the 1. Scott with the rush. It was 8-0. That's all they needed. Their second possession, 53 yards in 6 plays. Johnson from the 8. The rush no good. It was 14-0. They scored on virtually the last play of the first period. Scott went 45 yards for the touchdown. Johnson to Scott for the conversion. It was 22-0 at the end of 1. They did it again. Their first possession in the second period. They went 79 yards in 6 plays. Brumfield from the 4. Johnson to Patrick Henry for the conversion, 30-0. Scott with the interception. Set them up after a 30-yard return. Got them at the 22-yard line. 2 plays later, after a 15-yard penalty, pushed them back. It was a 37-yard touchdown pass from Johnson to Scott. It was 38-0 at halftime. They come out, they went 51 yards in 7 plays on their first possession. It was Johnson, his 3rd touchdown going in from the 1. Echeverria ran in the conversion. It was 46-0, and that was the final score. As we mentioned, Scott was the big producer, 114 yards on the ground, a 37-yard pass play for 151 yards of offense. Brumfield ran for 78. Johnson for 41. He also passed for, he scored 3 touchdowns and passed for 2 PATs. Falehi had an interception and a fumble recovery. In the backup role, Connor Donahue ran for 41 yards. And they held Greater Lawrence to 0. They only ran 1 play for 0 yardage. St. Mary's ate up the third period. And they eat up the semifinal in Division North as they win it 46-0. They've scored 90 points in the first 2 playoff games. and they've made it look easy. They'll move on to the division final, and they'll take on either, I think it's Brighton or Latin Academy. But Matt Durgan saying, bring them on. We got everything going on all cylinders. So the final score, 46-0 here at Manning Field for the second year in a row. St. Mary's will move on to the North Division final. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.